All right, folks should be able to see us, hear us, and with the proper extension, smell us. Jen is opting for the new tattoo extensions tonight.
I am. If you can smell me, you know I smell like potato salad, so
Mm.
always.
But fresh potato salad, not the kind you leave out on a picnic bench in the middle of summer for several hours. You know,
Yeah,
that's just bad.
my
Just
armpits
bad.
actually smell like potato salad right now. I need to put deodorant on. I'm gonna put it on right now. Start the
Valid.
game.
It's for all those with the smell-o-vision installed. Okay, so we're back with some first edition Dungeons and Dragons tonight. We're playing through the A series. We're on A2 right now, Secrets of the Slavers Stockade, and let's see what we have for characters and players. Oak, who are you playing? What level are they?
I am playing Thybor, the level 6 half-orc fighter.
And Dion.
Hi, I'm Dion, a middle-aged suburban housewife just trying to get a goddamn cup of coffee. And I'm playing Patty Arquette, the human barbarian.
Richard.
Hello, I am Richard, and I am playing Tristan, the human-born, dragon-raised, remuneration redistribution specialist.
And Jen.
Hello, tonight I am playing Odette of Lionwood, who is a Disney princess druid. She's also level 4. I don't know if I should be higher level or not, but I'm playing her as level 4 tonight, so here we go.
I think you're level 5.
Yeah, you should
Maybe
level her up to
maybe on
5.
paper, but not in spirit.
Yes, and when Jen's here, Frendon is not, and friend Grown Wolf has sidestepped into the shadows and is in some unknown future killing people, because that's what he does, as we found out last episode. Other things that went on last episode, the group has decided to go ahead and brave the Stockade and find out what they can find out. The mostly corpse-like person that's, I don't know, Fiber, are you still carrying him around on your back? The armless, legless assassin who led you out
Yeah,
here?
I think we still got him as the 3PO version of himself.
Okay, yeah. Who's happy to give up his, quote, friends here. Because he did not know that he had some kind of death curse on him, and now he is lamenting the fact that he is an armless, legless torso and head that can really do nothing else.
Until the
Yeah.
torso gets in the way, then we'll go to head and see how that works.
Exactly. So you guys went in a back way, and you find yourself kind of deep in the stockade. Relatively unused area as far as you're telling, although you did find a very interesting preparation pit where they strip the will out of the particular goods that they're trying to sell with the use of some very interesting creatures that look a lot like cloaks. So you guys got out of that room, exploring around a little bit. Again, fairly unguarded, fairly unpatrolled area of the complex so far. So we're picking up there. You guys have the map on the screen. That's about as far as you go. And right, that's your cue. Dum dum dum.
Now we
Where-
got some selfie with us that can go search ahead.
Where are we on the,
I was always here.
map?
You just didn't notice me.
Say
Right
we-
there at the end of the what you see
Ah.
visible.
Thank you.
So I'll go ahead and reveal the rest of this up here this way, although you haven't traveled up this way yet. If I can get it to reveal. There we go. That ended up being a lot more light coming out of the corridor up ahead, so you didn't actually travel all the way down. But you do have line of sight, so you can see a few more doors. It kind of loops around in an L at the top. But there's a lot more light in those corridors.
Okay. So, do we... Tristan, do you want to listen? And
Listening to you? Yes.
checked any doors or anything. I think we were
Oh.
checking these doors earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think we checked any of these.
You didn't open any of the doors. You just kind of listened
Right.
at them. One of them sounded like there was a bunch of people sleeping inside. You figure it may have been a barracks, perhaps. Through the wall, and I don't know if I could ping it because it's still in shadows, but through the wall right here, you heard some pretty intense conversation going on. There's no door there. It's just whatever that happens to be is behind that wall.
Alright.
You heard some names being mentioned, some names being dropped, some high officials working out of the Free City of Greyhawk as customers.
I mean, they've got to be having their stuff on estates outside of Greyhawk because
Mm-hmm.
no slaves inside Greyhawk would be noticed.
Right. Yeah, and you didn't recognize. You recognized the names as being, officials from the Free City, but you didn't know anything about them in particular. Everybody failed that check, so the names were recognizable, but you don't know what capacity they hold.
I would like to point out everybody who was there failed that check.
Yes, everyone who was there. Odette, however, being a druidess from outside, has a possibility of knowing. If you want to make me an intelligence check, Odette.
I mean, I'm also saying that I was not there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you
he
were
was-
also
And I
gone.
was
So
off
yeah,
last week.
yeah,
Pass.
yeah. I wanted something medium or higher for your character
Uh-oh.
because you're not a city
Okay.
person. Richard, however,
This is int roll, right?
yes.
That's
That's
higher.
a shame.
One of the names you do know, being a remuneration redistribution guy, the person in charge of the coin, the master of coin, is certainly a person known to you.
Oh. Oh. I will spread that information around to everybody. Ooh. Did you know? It's that guy.
Who's that guy?
He's the person who deals with all the coin.
He's the tax man.
Another
That's
guy.
who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you wouldn't know. There. Patty? Is it okay? Do we know your name? Have you introduced yourself?
Patricia.
I don't think Patty's ever actually introduced himself. He just lurks near Odette.
I mean, I know your mouth was sewn shut before.
I
So you
think
couldn't.
off camera, I jokingly stated that Odette named me Patty Arquette. And I just stuck with it as the canonical name.
All right.
All right. Well,
Because Patricia Arquette was married to Nick Cage, and Nick Cage
Yeah.
is the character that I played in Icewind Dale for a little while.
And I love Nick Cage, so it's only fair. Yeah, so Patty. Just deep, gruff voice, few of words.
all right. Okay.
Right, it
Well,
is.
there we go. Good to know.
All right. Yeah. So, what do you do?
You want me to listen to these other doors?
Yeah, make sure the way's safe. Check for traps.
Smelly elf was listening before your turn.
All right. So let me just go over since you were not here last time. So behind this door that I've just pinged, you hear the sound of a crying infant and some mother shouting it down. Is what it sounded like.
It was in Orcish, wasn't it?
Right, Orcish. This quiet, nothing coming out of that room. This one is what sounds like a barracks. There's a lot of snoring going on behind that wall or behind that door. This one, no one's checked yet, or if they have, they failed. So Tristan wants to listen there.
Yes. I will stick my ear against the door and listen.
Okay.
And then afterwards, we'll check for traps.
Yep.
'Cause that seems the order to do it in.
So you have a thieves' chance of checking or listening. So try
Hear
that first.
noise, I assume.
Mhm.
Wow. That is probably... I don't know if it's worse than what everybody else says. Wow, that is a success. I am
Yeah.
very surprised at that.
Um,
I can hear things.
right. So what sounds like is you hear the clink of coins, a couple of low orcish voices. Sounds like they're trying to divvy up some spoils. One of them seems to be. Do you know Orcish?
No, that is not a language I have right now.
All right. Well, you hear the clink of coins and some soft murmuring. To you, it sounds like they're pushing coins around. Maybe they're playing a little game or they're dividing loot. Other than that, you're not sure. It sounds like there's maybe two distinct voices coming out of there.
All right. Well, 2 people and maybe some mute people in there as well.
Okay, and that is as
Doing
far
that
down the
money.
corridor as they wanted to progress because you start getting more light. This is the place back here is mostly all dark. There's just like one little torch burning on the wall, like right there. But down this way, there's more. It's more well lit.
By what? More torches?
Torches. There's a couple of like little oil, like clay oil pots giving off a little smoky flame.
Oh, I mean, let's do the classic thief game. Oh, I don't have water arrows like they do in the thief game, but I mean, let's just go and extinguish some of them if everybody else doesn't want to do it. I mean, torches go out, I'm sure.
All right. So you want to progress down the corridor and continue to listen to
Nobody else
doors?
is doing anything, so yeah.
All right. Well, this door here, you hear like just kind of low, muted whistling, like someone is having fun at whatever they're working at. It just seems like it's one voice.
Torture chamber.
Well, you don't hear anyone crying out. You just hear the one
I've cut
kind
my
of.
tongue out already. Yeah, we've cast newts. But yeah, whatever.
This door here, you can hear the sound of like ruckus laughter, sounds of like plates, wooden goblets clinking, that sort of thing. And if you want to go all the way to the end of the corridor here, why don't you make
As
me...
I said, I'm extinguishing the torches as I go, so
Okay.
that it is still.
So make me a nice sneaky roll as you're coming to the end of the corridor here.
A hide in shadows?
Yeah.
Or move silently, is that?
Move silently first.
So I have to make both of them.
No,
Alright.
just move silently first.
Wow. Nope. Definitely failed that one.
Okay, you failed that one. So now make me a hide in shadows. As you're coming,
Somebody
you're coming
comes out.
around the corner. You do see a couple of orcs in the hallway that kind of like turn at the sound, and so you quickly dart for some cover.
Sorry guys. I have brought the wrath of everybody down on us.
No,
No. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
Nice.
I hide really well.
you do in fact. So they turn, they look, they don't see anything. You don't understand Orcish, but they say something to each other, and they continue on. So you did get a look down the corridor there. The biggest feature that you see is there's 2 huge double doors about halfway down the corridor, and at the end of the corridor it seems to go down into a set of stairs.
Did I see where the 2 people came from, or...
Well, they're heading
so-
in this direction, so they're going down towards the stairs going down here at the end.
Well, I wait for them to disappear, and then I go back and tell everybody all the exciting things I have learned. In hushed whispers. If only we had somebody here who understood Orcish. If only.
Kind of look at my maul for a second and look at Tristan. Just point at the maul. I'm like, when do hit? You tell when I hit. That's what I do.
Alright, fine, understood. I mean, I don't know what we're doing. Are we here to rescue, or are we just investigating, or...
Yeah, they decided
Out
to
of character.
investigate versus trying to risk going down the mountainside when there was lots of people looking for you. So they decided to take the unconventional route and go in rather than flee.
So in theory, we could just start taking them out carefully, but we could risk alerting other rooms.
Yeah, any
and
sort of noise will bring
getting
it
surrounded.
on us. I mean, not to be mercenary about it in any way, but I think the best room to look at would be the mother and the crying child, because you can threaten the child easily. And I'm pretty sure any parent would cave at that, you know. Not to
Mm,
I'd like to send my snake, Kurt Russell, in to see the baby.
even.
All right.
Is it a rattlesnake?
Yes. No, it was whatever those snakes were that were at the bottom of the pit. Whenever
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's a giant asp, which is actually a bit thicker than it's going to fit under the door.
Oh
though.
man.
Yeah, but I mean, but you can maybe try and open the door quietly and let it in, if you want to try and do that.
I want to take a moment to give my snake a pep talk and make them feel better about not being able to fit under the door.
She's a
I
thick
would-
girl.
I would look at the team and be like, do we want to get a baby? Do we want a baby? I have a bunch of animals. I could add a human child to that menagerie as well. I mean, why not?
yes.
Okay. I give Kurt Russell explicit instructions to grab the baby and as gently as possible drag it out to us.
All right. So
There's a lady in there too.
yeah, there is
though.
a lady in there that you heard trying to control the child that was screaming.
Oh, then you know what? Kurt Russell, change of plan. I want you to go in there and I want you to constrict around. Do asps constrict?
No, they bite and they
Venomous.
kill you with poison.
Poisonous? What is it? Venomous or poisonous? Which is the bite? Which is the?
Oh my god. I did
Honestly,
not
I,
get it.
I do not know my herpetology.
It's venom if they bite you
Hmm.
and you die, and if you bite it and you die, it's poisonous. I believe.
Why not both?
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
I'm learning so much about asps right now. Oh my god. Okay.
Do you like big asps and you cannot lie?
I can't lie. Oh, Wikipedia. I can't deny. Okay, so I'm going to still instruct it to go in and wrap itself around the woman
Okay.
to stop her from moving.
So who's going to open the door so that the snake can get in?
I would open the door.
You
I
want to
would
open the door. Okay,
I'm
are you
gonna
trying to do
die.
this quietly?
as quietly as I can, unless somebody else wants to be quieter than me, because I'm not a quiet person. I am not a quiet woman.
Don't look to me for quiet.
I will be official door opener then, I guess.
Okay. Well, just make me a dex check. As you just, you know your way around locks and doors and stuff. You don't believe it's locked, just as you're getting a feel for the knob, and so you try to slowly turn it.
New baby.
Success. Very
Honestly, you're surprised. The door seems to be well oiled. The hinges make no noise as you open
Oh.
it just wide enough for the snake to pass through. Even the locking mechanism, which it wasn't locked, but everything is very well oiled, very well crafted and cared for. So what was your instructions to the snake?
To go in and wrap up whatever large human is in there.
Okay, I mean it's not a constrictor, but it is
It's
a very large variety of snakes. So okay.
Kurt's a big boy. Kurt's a big boy. We
Okay.
know.
I tell you what. Why don't you roll for the snake then? Just make me a D20 check,
Okay. My dear sweet baby snake.
and you want the snake to go after the matron, right, or who the adult in the room?
Sure. Yes. Whoever the adult is in the room.
Okay. Well, let me roll surprise for her.
She is definitely surprised. I'm just kidding. She in no way
She
would
is
possibly
surprised,
expect
actually.
a giant
Yeah.
snake to come into.
The attack roll that the snake made, though, was on the low side, so she is surprised as the snake begins to wrap around the leg and climb up the body. But that's too low for an attack roll to get her wrapped up. So
Okay.
now we're in normal initiative.
Yeah.
She was not surprised, has yet to have a chance to cry out. So why don't you roll a d6, Odette?
Oh crap. She's gonna cry out. Don't worry. Plausible deniability. It's a giant snake.
All right. You give her a 1, she gives you a 6. So she goes out, she goes first, and she starts screaming hysterically as the snake starts to,
I, t-
yeah.
I turn to everyone and I say, she saw the snake. She saw Kurt Russell.
Alright, what do we do?
All right, so yeah, so that's what happens on her turn is she just starts screaming
Okay.
hysterically. What do you guys do in reaction to that?
I want Kurt to finally constrict her.
I will bust in through the door and grapple the snake.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can play this
Gently.
off as saving her from the
Gently.
snake. That might work.
Gently.
Okay. All right, so you bust in and you start to wrestle the snake away. Odette, are you going to give the snake any commands to make it look good, or
I'm going to look at him and be like, I don't know. I was going to just
go with it, snake?
go with it. Go with it, snake. Go with it.
All right, well, Tristan, I'm not going to have you make a roll then. If Odette's...
I need to make a roll to see if I know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, you may not. Yeah, so you pull the snake off. So this is an orc matron here. You do see a screaming kid in a crib that she was trying desperately to get to be quiet. Pull the snake off. Tristan is human. Dressed like a mercenary. Tell you what, Tristan. Make me a charisma check as you try and pull off the I'm with the
Good
baddies.
performance. I love
Yeah.
it.
Okay. No, nothing exciting that I can use to help me, so...
Success?
Yay, that is a success.
All right, well, she stops screaming. Well, let's find out what everyone else is doing first. So Thiber and Dion out in the hallway. Odette, you kind of gave the command to the snake to just go with it. What are the rest of you people doing?
And it's just a woman and a child?
That you
or-
see, but now that he's thrown the door wide, no one else has stepped into the room yet. It's just Tristan. So it's possible that the matron hasn't seen you, but there is a door in the back end of this room. There.
I step into the room ready for trouble, but I'm not going to attack the woman or child.
Sure. Right, you're an orc. Sounds good. What is Patty doing?
I'm gonna listen in the hallways to see if anyone's gonna come out. As Thiber goes in, I kind of shut the door behind him, and I'm gonna stand outside the door. And if anyone comes out, I'll deal with it.
Sure.
Because they still see like a whole bunch of me around, so I'm used to being seen here.
Okay. So out of the door opens as the matron stops screaming. This is I guess we should go ahead and initiate because who knows what might happen here. Tristan, why don't you roll for your side?
Because I'm terrible at rolling.
And is anyone casting Odette? Not that you see anything going on yet, but
I'm not going to cast. I'm not going to cast.
All right, so
I'm
you-
going to wait
okay.
for the snake to come out.
all right. So you guys go first, actually, and so you're hearing there's commotion at the door that's in this room. You feel like something is about to come out of that door. The matron stopped yelling when Tristan, you saved her from the snake. Another orc, being Thiber, walks in through the door, kind of looking around warily. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna go over to the door and throw the snake out.
All right,
Definitely
Odette,
throwing
your
it,
your
yeah.
snake gets sailed through the air out
Can
of the
I
door.
catch
I
it?
mean,
I would
yeah.
like to try and catch my snake and then wrap it around my neck like it's a like.
Yeah,
it's
I'm not
clothing.
actually gonna throw it. I'm just gonna go, ah! And
Sure.
sort of,
Okay,
gently
I-
pass it out.
Thiber.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on because I don't realize he's pretending. I'm like, why is he throwing a dead snake
Okay.
out? And I'm just watching for trouble from the other door.
All right, so
or
well,
behind
I'll
us.
say that you can hold your action for segments to find out what's going on. So they go segment 8. So the door opens and a large burly orc that's wearing kind of an armorer's or a blacksmith's leather smock. He's got a hammer in one hand. The smock's filled with tools. There's kind of a weedy looking orc apprentice behind him, kind of looking over his shoulders to see what's going on. So he steps in and he speaks in Orcish. Basically, he's yelling, what's the fuss, woman? And then he looks over at Thiber at Tristan. You guys actually look like you fit here. So his first reaction isn't going to be to attack, and she's not yelling anymore. So, Fiber, do you want to do something at the end of the segment?
I still trying to figure out what's up, so I'm trying not to metagame too much. So I just kind of look at Tristan for a reply.
Can I say something? I would
Yeah,
have just said,
it's fine.
Saved the baby from the snake attack.
Yeah, there's a rabid snake was attacking. We got rid of it.
He just kind of see that you won't bother me anymore. He slams the door, goes back in, and you hear the sound of hammering ticking up again. The matron Tristan is just burbling something at you in Orcish. You don't know what. Fiber, she's thinking.
If it's important, I'll translate.
She's
an
just
insult, I'll laugh.
just thinking and blubbering about saving her child.
Yeah, she's real thankful for you saving that little one.
Oh, maybe she can tell us things about this place then that we are
I tell her in Orcish, I'm like, he loves big hugs as things.
All right, guys in the hallway. This will also happen on their action. So the door here opens, or it kind of peers out, rubbing blurry eyes. He's just kind of half-heartedly putting a helmet on his head. He doesn't have like armor on yet, just wearing his small clothes, looking down the hallway, and yells, "Keep quiet down there!" in Orcish. "We're trying to sleep!" If either Odette or Patty can speak Orcish, you know what they're saying otherwise.
Yeah, you're like, sorry.
Okay, you'd stick your head out and say sorry? Okay.
Just keep my lips tight and just do one of these so he doesn't notice my mouth isn't sewed shut anymore.
All right, yeah, you guys, other than Odette, who looks a little strange with a snake around her neck and two giant lizards nearby, everyone else here looks like they belong. And the orc may not have noticed the menagerie and Odette back there because Patty is rather large. So it's quiet again. It seems like you've talked your way out of a situation.
I would like to make sure the snake is wrapped around my neck in a way that makes it actually look like a scarf as opposed to an actual snake. Like maybe I tuck its head slightly in my sleeve.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you still have the two giant lizards, but yeah. And a bird. I think you have a bird.
It's a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guess you guys are just standing out in this hallway now. Woken up a few people rather surly about it, but otherwise, yeah. You look like you blend in, maybe. What that says about your character, but yeah.
I just start walking this way
All right.
up to where we haven't been yet.
All right, so that long, wide corridor, it's about twice as wide as the ones you've been walking through so far. It's rather more lit. There's torch brackets basically all the way down the hall. Tristan had snuffed out all the ones right before the bend here. The orcs that were in this passageway are gone. Again, there's this two sets of huge double doors here, set of stairs going down. And never mind this. Basically, that's a big hole. If you look down, you can see somewhere further off, there's a set of stairs that go down. And you can just look down to where the bottom of the stairs are. It's just a drop right there. But it is exceptionally well lit. The air is actually a little chilly here.
Okay. I look back as I keep going to see if anyone else is following or if I gotta go back.
No, I'm going to bring up the rear at the moment in case any of the people that have already been alerted to us poke their head out. I can just say something.
Okay. Basically, everybody's just closed their doors. You kind of get the idea that this is a nighttime crowd. Daytime, there's a lot less going on. This is when everyone sleeps.
Is the cold air coming from any one particular place?
Well, it's just this whole corridor, just a
Mhm.
little bit more cool than it's been. Just more
Okay.
circulation. The ceilings are higher.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was like a. If I were to notice, there might be a trap door through which air is coming through. But okay.
If you actually want to see if you can find a trap door, just roll me a d6 or a
Okay.
hidden door.
Or if you had any creatures
Oh.
to talk to that have very acute sense of smell and taste for air currents and stuff.
That would be like a giant snake
What?
that would set
Yeah,
loose.
yeah, just roll a d6.
I was gonna say I could set that snake loose and it'll probably die. 5.
Yeah. No. I mean, it feels just like that. There must be more openings higher up in the roof area that's just circulating more
Okay.
air through here.
That's nice.
Um, so there's this door and the double doors and then stairs.
Yep.
Is it stairs up or down?
The stairs go down, and the door that's right here. No sound coming out behind it. It's closed, but it doesn't look like it's a door that like locks. Like there's no keyhole or anything, just a handle.
I open it.
Yeah, sure.
I look inside.
It's a dark room. It's kind of small. As you open the door, you hear like a very faint, hollow moan coming from the room, and you kind of open it really quickly, expecting some kind of danger. But all you're seeing is the room is just kind of demolished. Everything's broken and littered on the floor, overturned furniture, rotting fabric. The west wall is a huge fireplace, though. It's it's got dust and cobwebs all cut up in it. And as you enter, you do hear like this is. It could just be air passing over the top flue of the fireplace, but this moaning sound seems to come from this fireplace.
I would
I-
take. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I wave you over.
Mm-hmm. I take my bird off my shoulder. And I look and I send my bird up the fireplace.
Okay. It actually comes back pretty quickly.
Oh no. Are there bodies up there?
No. Can you actually talk with your animals without a spell going on?
So, they can communicate in some ways. So, like, if there is a logical way for them to communicate, like they could like be motioning, then yes. But
okay.
no, if I want to actually speak with them, I would need to cast speak with animals.
Okay. It's the flue's blocked, is what you're getting. It can't fly
I like hear
up.
it thud. What I actually do is I hear it go, "Thud," and then it like it flies down.
There you go.
Flu's blocked. Okay,
Yep.
I would look for a
Doesn't
release
look overly
that could open it.
concerned, so it's not blocked by
A body.
a body, but just something's blocking the
Okay.
flue.
I would probably try and like reach up and unblock the flu then.
Yeah. You reach up and you grab a handful of some kind of cloth.
Okay.
You're just gonna pull it down.
But is that normal? I don't feel like cloth is what a flu hook is made out of.
Yeah, not normal, but yeah, it's just some kind of
Cool.
fabric
I'll
that's
pull
blocking.
it. I'll pull on it. Pull on it.
Yeah, so your hand comes down with just a big stuffed silken pillow, all grimy with the chimney dust, and something in it is kind of heavy as well. It's like there's something
check
in the
inside
pillowcase.
of it. I check inside the pillowcase against my
I
better
just
judgment.
rip it open for you.
Thank you.
It's a little earring. It's about 2 inches long. It's a little heavy. It looks to be made of some silverish material. It might be silver and just tarnished. The pillow itself, the silk pillow itself, might have been worth more. But someone just
Oh,
jammed
crap.
a pillow up inside the chimney flue.
Okay. Well, I hang on to this earring, then.
Okay.
Do I still hear the moaning?
No, once you pulled it out of the chimney, it just must have been how the air passed over the chimney with the blockage in it.
Okay.
Like you can definitely feel like there's a large volume of air blowing through this fireplace.
Okay. Does anyone know anything about earrings? I show it around Everybody.
You put them like right here.
Tristan,
people put
you can
'em
make me an
here.
intelligence check
Good
for just
start.
value, if nothing
Good
else.
start.
Sure, that is a thing that I do. I mean, I'm more with precious gems, etc. But no, I am not that intelligent.
Yeah. Well, it's tarnished silver for sure, so it's not pure silver. It's mixed with something. Best you can tell. Craftsmanship is okay.
I mean,
Okay,
stick it
for
in your
now.
ear and find out.
Nope. Don't want the old silk pillow and the flu disease, so I'm gonna put it in my pocket and be like, maybe we will find the owner of this earring. Maybe, or maybe we will sell it.
How dirty did the pillow look? Does it look like it's been up there for a long time?
No, it doesn't actually.
Oh.
Because it's still intact. It's made of silk. So you'd have more deterioration if it was in there for a while. So that's that room that you guys are in right there.
Is the silk pillow like? Does it have any like? Did the covering have any like markings on it, or was it just like a pillowcase, just a plain pillowcase?
Patty, high or low? Roll me a D percentage.
Always high. Low.
Patty tore the hell out of that pillowcase. You have
Oh,
no
yeah.
idea what originally was on there.
I'm
Patty
helping.
does Patty. Patty does Patty. So good. Okay.
Yep. Otherwise, it's just an empty room that looks like it might have been ransacked.
Okay.
Alright. Is there an exit? No.
No other doors
Just
that you
where
can
we
see.
came.
If you want to spend some time to search, you can. But you don't see anything immediately.
Yeah, if
I
they're
don't
hiding things in here, they may have hidden something else.
Yeah. Let's take some
Okay.
time and look around.
So anyone who's taking a look around can make a D6 roll, and that's roughly about 10 minutes that you're spending to do that. Okay. If you had an elf or a dwarf in the party, they have abilities where that can just be checked without even saying so. They just notice things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Spend 10 minutes, just going through the room, just righting some of the furniture, looking underneath. It definitely looks like it was ransacked and not a struggle, as you're not seeing anything that was purposely broken. More, it was just people have moved stuff and tossed it around like they were searching for something. But you do not find whatever it is they were searching for. Do not see any hidden doors, panels, or niches anywhere.
Unless they were looking for the earring. Dun dun dun.
Yep. 10 minutes. You're starting to hear more voices coming from rooms. Like, it sounds like some people are starting to start their day, get up, move around. Still no real motion in the hallways yet, though.
Let's get out of this room, just in case.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
we want to keep
Getting skeeved
exploring,
out.
or do we want to get out? I mean, we got some info from overhearing stuff.
Yeah, that is the thing, guys. I mean, don't think that you have to crawl every room and find everything. I mean, just from a logical point, you guys have a couple of ways you can escape out of here now. You got some information that would be useful if you got it back to the right people. It's up to you what you want to do.
Let's
I
look at the
think
rest of the group. What do you think?
I think we should go back out of character. Patty would be down for just slaughtering people at any moment. But out of character, I think we should head back with this info.
And the only other interesting thing that you guys have seen was these double doors right there. They just seem a little odd. This quarter ends in a door
DM says
there.
hint, hint.
No, it just that's the only other
I
thing that
know.
is of any interest that you've seen so far.
I mean, I'll walk over to the double doors and open them real quick.
Okay, you want to open them? As you walk
Yeah.
over to them, it is barred from your side, so the very thick piece of iron-bound wood is on your side, so you could actually lift it out of the way and open the doors if you wanted to.
I look at Thiber.
Needing help with it?
I mean, no, I just wonder if I should remove it. I just point at it like,
Let's peek in. I'll get ready to, like, if this something's bad on the other side, they'll shut the door real quick.
yeah, we know the escape route out, so we can just book it out.
So you open the doors and you see a
alright.
courtyard open to the air, sunlight shining in. There's a fountain in the middle of it. This is kind of set up to be like almost an oasis in a desert. Like, so there's sand on the ground of the floor here. You've got this bubbling water coming out of this fountain. There's a lot of trees lining the path. And then further on, this is all open to the sky now. Okay, so this looks like the front end of this fortress. And then over here, just like this is kind of a stone walkway. You're not sure what else is past that.
Alright. Do I see any peoples?
Not yet, but you do hear the sounds of people moving around.
Just behind us or
Okay.
out in the courtyard also?
Out further into the courtyard. So what you're
But it
seeing
was barred
here.
from the inside.
What's
correct?
that? It was barred from the inside. So this right here, see this solid? That's a wall. Okay. It rises pretty high. It's about a 10-foot wall. You're probably guessing, since you saw the outside of it, that there's probably towers out there. So there's probably watchtowers, people on it, and that's probably what you're hearing is they're just talking to each other.
Stream wants to know if you
Yeah.
can adjust the map. I look at Thiber.
I don't know. That's the way out. If there's anything else of value, it's probably down.
So for those that weren't here last time, you have a couple of other ways out. They found a passage here that went underneath the wall and ended up at the bottom of a well that is outside of the keep. That you can climb up and get out through the well if you wanted to. And also there is the way that you came in this room, the hidden door here that takes you into the cave complex beneath the fortress. That's how you got in.
And what was the thing at the end of the hall there?
Where right
Stairs
here,
down.
stairs down.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, stairs
Yeah.
down.
Okay, aren't those stairs?
Actually, no, those are stairs. So like there's an overhang that you're looking down, and several feet below you, you see the bottom of stairs.
So it just goes up to
And
like a
there's a door
landing
here.
kind
Yeah.
of thing? Okay.
And there is this door if we wanted to check it on the way back.
Or it's close, let's do it quickly. Just let's listen or something, and then let's check down.
All right, if you want to listen at that door right here real quick. It is a larger door, but not like a double wide that went into the courtyard here, just a larger door. And you hear the sounds of, well, the first thing you do is you smell cooking. Meats roasting. You hear the sounds of like kitchen staff maybe putting plates on tables, clearing off plates. You're not sure. Something going on with that. But you do smell like this intense smell of cooking meat.
Maybe we should stay. Kitchen. Let's move. Peek downstairs before we go.
You want to peek down the end of those stairs there?
Yeah.
All right. So a little further up here is where you're going to find the stairs, and it goes down much further below, so you can't see where that ends on that end. And this end, where the orcs that you saw earlier in the hallway, Tristan, must have gone down these stairs, because this kind of just ends in a big pit. Like you see the start of stairs going down, but then it just crumbles into a pit that just drops.
Mhm.
Can I see
Don't
anything
know.
with the? Is it just dark, or can I see anything?
It's
any
just
sources or anything?
distant. It just keeps going far lower than what you're able to see.
What do you think? Just look at everybody.
So I could send my bird down, but my bird can't see in the dark.
Right.
And I could try and talk with him, but I don't think that he's going to see anything.
Yeah, the bird can't see in the dark. Your lizards can. Could send a lizard down if you want.
They can climb the walls, right?
Yeah.
I would get on the back of one and ride down it.
All right. So you're going to go down the stairs, but not use the stairs. You're just going to cling to the wall.
Yeah, I'm just going to cling to the wall.
We have those giant lizards with us in these hallways.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. You don't notice because they're on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Very high ceilings. Very high ceilings.
Okay. Well, you go all the way down, and this seems to be some kind of staging area. There's a lot of barrels, caskets. There's even some wagons down here, so there must be an exit into an area those wagons could get in, because they certainly couldn't have come down these stairs. There's a couple of orcs that are using an improvised tabletop from a barrel. They seem to be dicing. They've got some coins out, doing some wagering. So yeah, seems like a storage area.
Okay. I kind of...
Okay, so I rolled a 2 for them, which is a surprise, so they don't see you or hear you.
I would like to turn around and go back up
Okay.
and let everybody know what I found down there. So, there's... How many of them are there down there?
Just 2.
There are 2 down there. You could probably sneak on down if you're sneaky. I'm not sneaky. My lizards are gigantic. And then, you know, get rid of them if we want to. Little murder fest, little... My snake is also still around my neck.
Was there a way out? You saw?
I didn't see one because I wanted to get out of there before...
But
Before they
you
notice
imagine
me.
there must be for those carts to have
Yeah, there
been
has
down
to be.
there.
Unless they take their carts down the stairs, which, let's be real, they might brute force this.
You never look like anything of value that you happen to see?
It's a storage area, so there's likely important things down there. They're not storing just nothing. But what is valuable to this crew? I don't know. Like, not us, but people who live here. So,
Would you say that inside a building is familiar territory for me?
No.
Okay. So I have a 31% chance of hiding.
We could go down there just to
Uh,
act like we know what we're doing. If we're questioned, you say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a break to grab some food since we hear the kitchen's going."
How many of us look like?
Or
I'll
well,
go with
3 of
you.
us look like we've got one. Right.
Odette's the only one that really stands out, to be honest. The rest
So
of
we
you
could all
guys.
go down there, and Odette could cling to the ceiling on the back of her lizards.
Let's back
tell
up.
them that these,
that's a
new-
plan, if I ever heard one.
Yeah, but it's
Love
not
it.
exactly a good.
Here, we'll just tell them, "Hey, they may want to get out because we're about to feed these things, and they get a little crazy."
All right, so that's the plan. You're just going to march down there boldly, other than Odette, who's going to hide.
Yeah, just act like we own the place.
All right. Well, I tell you what, Fiber, why don't, since you speak orc, why don't you go ahead and roll me a charisma roll? You already told me what you wanted to say. Let's see how well it goes over.
That would be a no.
That's a fail.
Unless y'all want me to re-roll.
Do it. We have 11 of them.
That would be a double no.
Oh my god.
We
Third time's a
back in
charm or
this.
just no?
Do
Okay,
it.
this is the last one I'm doing. We
You
take whatever
better.
we get.
Alright.
Oh,
That's-
Yes.
They look a little confused as they lay down their cards. They're not you're not wearing any kind of insignia, any kind of rank. So at first they were going to stand and salute, but then they look a little like. So they stand up. They're like, "You just started our shift. You sure? I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
it
we're
smells
about
like they
to-
got something good cooking up there, but
Oh, it smells
I
delicious.
nod.
Say, I'm about to. Yeah, it was going to be nice. Let you get some before I eat all of it.
oh, that doomed you right there. Being nice.
I was gonna say.
All right, so yeah, they look a little unsure, and they look a little suspicious, but they just kind of swipe the gold that was on the top of the barrel off into a pouch, put away their knuckle bones, and shrug and pass by. Now, Odette, these are fairly high ceilings and walls here, so if you're up in the dark, but orcs can see in the dark.
They would never look on the ceiling. Why would
You
they
don't-
ever look on the ceiling?
No one ever looks up. Is that what you're saying?
No one ever looks up.
Okay. One of them does look up.
Gosh darn it.
Roll me
That's
high or
smart,
low. Roll
smart
me a
man.
high or low. Roll me a D100.
I'm gonna go high. Boom.
All right. So what they keyed on was the two giant lizards that are on the ceilings. Don't really notice the fact that you're attached to one. And they kind of look back and says, "Hey, we got a lizard problem again." Talking to you, Fiber, and they kind of point up at
I'll
the wall.
take care of it. Maybe we'll have some more eating later.
All right.
Slap
All
my
right.
maul on my fist.
I'll pull out my bow, act like just getting the string ready, not an immediate attack, but I'm just like kind of getting it ready.
Okay. Yeah. So they pass on. They start climbing up the stairs. Fiber, Tristan, why don't you two give me wisdom checks?
Yes.
You
9
think
of
this is a
10.
terrible idea? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Of course, it's terrible. I come up with it.
Yeah. Both of you,
Give us a
both of you,
wisdom
kind
check.
of, meet eyes as the orcs kind of just walk up the stairs. You aren't convinced that they were convinced. I mean, they're walking away. They didn't make a big deal of it, but neither of you believe they were 100% convinced.
Yeah. We need to move quick and start searching first off for a way out of here and any kind of transport. And
Just get
if it looks like there's time, any kind of valuables.
All right.
But exit first.
There are 3 wagons, flatbed wagons, the kind that are meant to be either pulled by horses or you could pull them by hand.
or giant lizards.
Or giant lizards. It's a big, dry cave down here. You're not immediately seeing any way for these carts to get out. But if you're, as you said, looking around, go ahead, everybody make me a D6 roll.
There's that one.
And there's a 6 at the other end of the spectrum. So one of us has made it.
I got a rock.
All right, Fiber. You do see back end of cave. You're just kind of looking around and you see like there's a seam. It's quite wide, but you're not able to figure out the mechanism. So like you see the seam, it looks like the seam goes up about 6 feet and it's about 10 feet wide.
Chris, there's something over here. I can't figure out how to open it.
Okay. I mean,
And you talkie one. Run a trip line across that stair entrance.
Do you have rope?
There's got to be something in here to work.
I look around for like rope or whatever.
There's coils of rope around. Sure.
Alright. I'm gonna try and take like a spike and like spike it into the wall and then pull it across and tie it off at something
Oh, okay. So
very crudely.
okay, so when you drive the spike into the wall kind of cracks and shatters. It looks actually like it's just kind of clay that's been baked onto a form. So like, and you see sunlight peeking out now.
from right there.
Yeah, so like the
Where?
the 6 tall by 10 wide kind of line that Thibur found. So if I got this right, you tried to hammer a spike into it, and like the spike just
Yeah.
went right through.
No, he was going to make I was telling him to make a trip line from the stairs the orcs went up. So if somebody
Oh,
comes
I'm
running
sorry.
down,
Okay.
it would be trip line.
All right. Yeah, you can do that. Never mind what I just said. That
Well, in
you
the
know.
meantime,
I
I'm
was
just
trying
gonna
to
go over
hammer a
and look at
spike
the.
into the wall real quick.
Well, I was like trying to just like spike it in somewhere to like tighten it. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm dumb. I'm a barbarian.
You make a
don't
trip
know.
line, sure.
All right.
In the meantime, I was going to go over there and look at the wall, as directed by Thibor, to see if I could work out how to open it.
Yep.
In whatever manner.
Go ahead
Oh
and
look!
give me a.
It looks like somebody drove a spike in here, and it opened up, and there's sunlight coming through now. I mean, what a surprise!
Go ahead and make me a check. You have a thiefly skill for disarming traps or even locating.
Find
either
remove
one.
traps, I guess,
That's
rather
the
than
one.
open locks.
Yep.
So, bing. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, you find the mechanism actually. The whole thing is just a clever cog system. It's just basically a clay form of a wall that lifts. It's quite light, and you see daylight, and there's like a trail that's kind of slightly hidden by some bushes that you could just take these carts right down through.
I waved to Odette and kind of quietly went, "Get down here, get the lizards on."
I do
And,
that.
I'm gonna look around real quick. Is there anything that looks of value that could have value in it?
There's crates and barrels.
I just start throwing some on the
All right, just grabbing random crates.
They're
help.
getting,
and
they hooked
barrels.
up, we're just loading up what we can get.
All right,
I
so
help.
you're taking 2 carts and you're just loading them both up.
Is that how many we need to escape?
Well,
And
she's
if
got
nothing
2
else,
lizards,
we can dump
so
cargo behind us to slow
Well, right,
people
but you
down.
might double the horses on like a single cart. I don't know.
each lizard could easily pull a cart.
Alright,
There's
in
no
which
horses
case I
down here.
sabotage the last cart.
You want to sabotage
Take out
it?
the spokes on the wheel.
Okay,
whatever.
yeah, break a few spokes. Yeah, not quite all the way through, so it'll finish.
Yeah, so
breaking
they
on the
can
way.
get a little way and then collapse. And hopefully block up whatever's.
All right, you got random boxed goods and barrels on board 2 of these wagons. You've got the 2 lizards yoked up, which Odette, they're not, they're not beasts of burden. They remind you of that.
Slap them on their sides and give them a good, good scritch.
Right. Okay, so it's daylight. From the looks of things, this is behind the area that opened up, and this road is behind the stockade. Looks like it's a good number of levels below, so you're figuring the stockade proper is above you on a plateau, and you're much lower where this trail is. You don't know how high the watchtowers are, though, so you may or may not be observable from the rest of the stockade. You're not sure yet.
Was there any kind of tarps or anything
Yeah.
in here? So let's get those covered also, and then if there's any way we can rig it to where it's almost like providing shade or something over the top of whoever's driving, where they can't be seen, and then let's just slowly start, just head out like a normal move, not like we're trying to flee
Sure.
unless we need to.
Yeah, so who's riding on the back of the lizards, or are you riding on the cart itself?
I want
can
to
drive?
be. I want to be in the back of one of the wagons in case there's any fighting that starts, that I can use bow or something or dump cargo to slow stuff down.
Sure. So you're kind of on top of the crates and barrels in the back of one of them. Who's driving
I want
that
to have
one?
rip a little hole in the tarp where I can kind of look out and watch.
And when I say driving, I really just mean who's up near the lizard.
I think I should
Who's
be
sitting and riding?
Jen.
Right, the Liz. I'm always with Yoshi and Birdo.
Okay, so Odette,
I'll
you're on
be-
one,
yep.
and Patty's on the other.
Patty's on the other.
Okay, so
Mhm.
Tristan, you're on the same one with Odette, so that there's 2 of you on each wagon in lizard pair.
Makes
Sound
sense.
good? All right. Yeah, you pass out the entrance, and If you take a look up high above you, many feet above you, is the stockade. There are indeed two watchtowers that can see you on this side. One seems to be unoccupied. One seems to be occupied. And is looking in your direction. Doesn't seem to be saying anything or moving. He just looks down, gives a wave.
Wave back, just like a slow,
Slow wave.
yeah. Because I'm supposed to be like the brainwash thing, so he's just like a.
Right. Okay. After you pass by this kind of shrub that conceals the road going up to the stockade, you're on this winding road that you can go, side by side. It just winds down the rest of this mountainside.
Every now and then while we're traveling, Patty's just gonna like grunt a bit in Odette's direction and just tell her a random fact. Like, his favorite color is pink.
What
he
have
likes.
What have
he
you
likes
done
the-
with the quadriplegic undead person?
I'm assuming he's just laying in the bottom of one of the wagons.
Oh, what a life.
And as this is happening, I'm going through. Once we seem clear and safe, I'm gonna start like trying to look through barrels and contents. See what
Okay.
we got.
Half a mile or so, it curves enough around the side of the mountain that you can't see the stockade anymore, and you're assuming they can't see you.
Well, once we're out of view, time to go through all the barrels and stuff and see what's on there and whether we can just dump these carts or not.
Please be a bunch of pickles. Please be a bunch of pickles. Please be a bunch of pickles. Please be a bunch of pickles.
Okay, so pop open the barrels. Some of them are casks of beer. Some of them are wine. Some of them are oil. Okay, so they have some value, but
Dad or some carved markings on it so we know what's what.
All right, sounds good. The crates are filled with various just goods, trade goods. It looks like some like cheap jewelry filled in one of them. One of them's got some just bits of leather and cloth that someone would use to make armor with or clothing with, like raw materials. Honestly, going through all this, it's just very generic trade stuff. Everyone who's kind of just pouring through all of this, go ahead and roll me a d6.
It's not me.
Doesn't look like we're finding the other earring there.
No, Tristan, what you actually find beneath, you open one and it's got a bunch of straw in it that's just covering up some just clay vessels, clay jars. Some of them feel like you may have oil or incense in them. But you're noticing as you're clearing it out, you reach the bottom of the chest or of the crate, and it stops about a good 6 inches before the bottom of the crate should
No.
stop.
Okay.
Yeah, so you find a false bottom in one of them. And inside there is a box. It's a small iron chest, and it's been covered in silk. It's got a pretty intricate looking lock on it. It's about a foot long by half a foot wide, 4 inches or so tall. Little iron chest.
All right. Well, I offer the silk to Patty because he seems to be
It's
wanting
pink!
to rip up all the silk for some reason, as he did last time. So here you are.
I feel it, and I just kind of pet it a bit
Oh,
and just stuff it away.
all right, fine. And then yeah, all right. Let's see if we can open this lock of excitement.
Okay. It is a very intricate lock, so treat your skill as if it were 15% lower.
Okay.
15.
Yes. Yeah. Then no, that is not a success. Then.
Okay. Well, on the positive side, it did not seem to be trapped because you didn't set anything off.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
But
yeah.
it is a very complex lock.
Okay, well, maybe later with further training I can open this, but not here on a bumpy cart on the way.
You could just break the hinges too, but if you wanted to get it intact, there the lock is pretty. Yeah,
I
it's a very
mean,
good involved
if this
lock.
is important and hidden, then I assume that there's something inside that, might explode or destroy the contents if we open it badly. So I'm not just gonna pull the hinges off yet.
Okay. Otherwise, like I said, the rest of the
mean-
crates all seem to be filled with just generic trade goods.
I was gonna say, once we know there is a hidden bottom, then look at all the others to see if there are hidden bottoms in
Yeah.
all of them. Or
Yeah,
just...
of course. I'm going to say you guys spent about half an hour doing this, okay? You don't find any more hidden bottoms, but the other thing that you find is that, like, these aren't great trade goods. Like, they're not worth a lot of money.
No, they're cover. Presumably.
While we're going, since you revealed that, let's check the cards real quick. At some point when we stop to take a break or something, like see if there's any false compartments.
Do
or
we
anything
want these
in the
carts
wagons.
anymore, or are we just gonna jump off and leave them here now?
No, until we need to. I mean, it's restful.
I mean,
travel.
I was just thinking about the lizards actually, and the fact that they don't like to pull them. But yeah, sure.
We'll see if
I
there's any
mean-
like false cargo areas on any of the wagons,
Sure.
smugglers' compartments or something.
If you go over the carts, say you spend another half hour, there's nothing special about them. They're pretty simple.
I guess we
All right.
get to where we're going.
So you're judging by the sun overhead, the season that it is. You figure that you're in, early afternoon.
Okay. And they're active at night, so we have plenty of time to get out of here and head back.
I don't suppose
soon.
there's a point where, like, there's a sharp bend that might go off the side of a cliff.
Oh,
Or something.
absolutely, absolutely.
Oh well, then
Yeah.
let's spill some of the oil in the way, so that if they're coming after us, going fast, then they'll slip off the side.
Sure. Take some of the
mean-
cheap oil and make a little slick with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
not a problem.
Just in case. And let's hope that we don't have to come back up this way.
Those
Mhm.
poor farmers that are coming down the lane.
I mean, they're up here in the slaver territory. I expect they're either using slaves or are slaves themselves if they're farmers here. I'm not
So
going to
you
lose any
guys
sleep
are
over it if they die.
high in the hills over here. It took several days to get back to where you were, but you assume that ship has literally sailed at this point. Greyhawk is far to the north and west. The closest port or city is again the high port, where you're quickly getting a bad reputation in a very bad town.
Well, do we know anything about where these griffins would have come from? Because they were searching for these slavers, yeah?
Yeah, and everyone
they must be
failed
around here
heraldry
somewhere.
checks. Had no idea where they came from.
Right, but they must
How
have a
about you,
base or
dead
something
boy?
around here.
You know where
somewhere.
those Griffin Riders came from?
Oh,
Ask
yeah.
the dead man.
You're asking who?
The dead man.
Oh, the
or
dead man.
Dead 3PO.
High or low?
Nope.
Well, if I was to have such knowledge in this leftover noggin of mine, what would it be worth to you? I think I might be able to regrow some limbs if you feed me some meat.
Can you regrow a whole body?
Um,
You want to find out?
it's like that, is it?
Kind of sucks when you fuck people over, huh?
Yeah. Well, okay, so nearest we can tell, they're coming out of Celine. It's up north a bit. north and west. Um, we don't know a lot about who's sending them. We tried to do some of our own research for a while there, figuring someone was into our business, kind of trying to take apart our whole establishment, but we never got too far other than to find out that seems to be their base of operation. Now, I don't know if they're just stopping over there, replenish, rest, whatnot, or if that's where they're actually coming from. But, I mean, it's more than you knew a minute ago.
Is there any kind of like just old meat laying around? I'll let him have a couple bites.
Well, yeah. I mean, some of the crates had some meat in it. He's like, it's dried meat, not fresh enough.
Start growing.
I think I need
I'm
something
picturing
to.
this dude like being like Deadpool, throwing back his arms. Like,
I need something more recently dead. I think. Thanks though. I guess. Yeah, so what do you guys want to do? You're high up
maybe
in
we
the
should
hills of the
flee.
Pomarsh. You're not in a very friendly territory. Come nightfall, they may come out looking for you because they didn't find bodies last night, so they may expect that you're still around.
which
Surely
area
they're
of
gonna know-
Lamar are we
should-
on?
They must be coming for us because we escaped with their carts. So they know something's up, right?
Hmm? There is that.
Is there like I haven't looked at my non-weapon proficiencies that I should have added at this point, but like would I potentially like could I roll animal lore to maybe potentially think about where animals would go to be safe in this area so that we could find a safe spot to stay, knowing it's
Oh yeah, you don't have
almost
to roll
nightfall?
for that. This
Cool.
place is just littered with all kinds of caves. Just all over the hills there are caves.
Well, if there's a bear in there, I know I can handle it, so
What happened
can
to
you
the
send
other
your
bear
bird?
that you?
yeah, what did happen to the other
Yeah,
bear?
you could not have brought him into the secret
What did
secret
happen
area.
to the other bear?
Oh,
I sent that bear on a campaign to go to all the other caves and shake hands with all the other bears and let them know about us as an adventuring party. to
Oh
collect
yeah.
kills
Yeah.
with.
That's it.
They
Don't
went
eat these
canvassing,
ones.
really.
These ones
They went
are all right.
canvassing. Yeah.
Can you send your bird in the air to scout for maybe a good river that leads down here, and we can turn one of these carts into a makeshift raft?
I might
ride
be
the
able to.
river down.
Yes, I'll do that. I'll send my bird up, and I will cast Speak with Animals just so I can get a really clear understanding of where we need to go.
All right. So yeah, that on the map right there, that's the nearest of any body of water, and that's still pretty far from where you are. So you guys are up in the hills
Crap.
about here. So that's some 32-ish miles away.
Oh.
Do any of us have the whatever the term, logistical knowledge that river would lead to Selene or anything?
You grew
I
up
mean,
in the area.
Selene is-
Yeah. You grew up in the area, so you know.
So if we could make it to that river, if they're searching for these people and we have information on who's involved in this out of Greyhawk, they would probably pay well for that.
I mean, Greyhawk are going to pay us well for it as well, but there's no reason we can't sell the information twice.
Well, true, but also if Greyhawks and people in Greyhawk are involved, they could try to silence us.
Indeed. I'm not sure which one is closer, looking at this map that we happen to have. Whether it's Greyhawk or Selene.
Greyhawk is a little bit further up.
Yeah, and if we can manage to get to the river and get transport on that, we should be able
Yeah,
to move a
it's-
little bit faster.
All right, so
Seems
you're
to
gonna
be
try
like
and make
600
for it?
miles away.
So Odette, yeah, your bird can give you with Thyber growing up in the area and the bird being able to give just rough direction as to where the river is. Thyber, you kind of get your bearings so you know better where you are now. But yeah, that's still a trek of like 30-ish some miles over hilly, mountainous terrain.
Wow, isn't it fortunate that one of us has mountaineering?
And I
Making
have
us do
wilderness.
that,
Yeah.
I have wilderness movement.
And lizards.
And
And
lizards.
yeah. And lizards.
I can travel for
Is that
3
amazing?
days before I get exhausted. I will carry us.
I'd like to fashion like special boots for my lizards that allow them to leave traces that make them look like bears instead of lizards.
Well, first you got to find some bears and cut off their feet, and
Oh
then
my god. And then you get a needle and some thread.
yeah, exactly.
God.
Honestly, though, if you wanted to kind of obscure your trail, that is definitely something that you could do.
I would probably do that.
Yep.
It's, and I don't know, I'm guessing that wilderness movement only works for me, which means that we're still going to have to travel slower if we want to obscure our trail.
Right. I mean, you can trail break
Okay.
and find the easiest ways to get around for them, but yeah,
Yeah.
your ability to move faster through terrain is just you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, if there's any other little alternate like routes, I don't know if there are. Maybe position, take or it's like something fell off the back of a wagon, so it looks like we went a different direction here and there.
Yeah, I imagine probably, Odette, you just kind of strap some brush to the back tails of your lizards and they just kind of wave their tails as they're walking, which just kind of obscures the tracks.
Yeah. It's the old broom trick.
Yeah.
Attach a broom to the back of the dog and throw the ball around the house. I
But
get
here's the
that.
question, though. You guys have been up. Well, no, you guys did get a rest in the night inside that closet before you went out. So you have had rest recently. You've been creeping around for the last several hours. It's getting towards later or mid afternoon, and you're still uncomfortably close to that fort, especially
I'd
if they're
say
going to
until we
send
have
out.
until we have to ditch the wagons, we can be taking turns, like people like taking naps in the back. If whatever we need to throw out that's not valuable or useful, we can do that.
Well, as Tristan, probably gave the evaluation, none of it is particularly valuable except for, this iron chest that you found has the most value. Everything else is not going to bring but, a handful of gold at the best.
Yeah, well, usefulness is in like a barrel of oil can be
Yeah.
useful for that,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and some ale to let us drink, or if there's fresh water,
Mm-hmm.
all the better. But those things, everything else will start dumping out, make it look like a false trail, like we went a different direction, like it fell off the back.
Okay. That sounds good.
Take turns
Here,
resting.
here's what I want you to do. Odette, make me a wisdom check. Okay. Is that under your
yeah.
wisdom or over?
That's my wisdom's 16. It's
Okay.
good.
All right, so that's actually going to be the difficulty they're going to need to pass to be able to figure out what the true trail is. Okay, that's how I'm going to do that.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are just going to travel on. Thyber, you know the direction you need to head in thanks to some aerial reconnaissance. Are you going to try and make maximum time, or are you going to be very careful?
I would say we need to make time, but also whatever my knowledge of how dangerous the area is for natural things. Will also
Ooh,
adjust.
do you have any skill in survival at all?
Again, there's some of them that I did not pick yet, but what I do have, probably not. I've got blind fighting and swimming currently. I need to pick my others.
No,
So,
Patty, you raised your hand there. You have some survival.
I do from, I think it's just only, I think we said the C.
The C.
Coastal,
Okay.
Just look
Yeah.
at it. Let me
Thyber's
just
going to
see.
have the best chance knowing the area. So, Thyber, if you want to make me just a quick intelligence check. If so,
now, is there anything that Patty could assist me with if I'm looking for something? What should I look out for?
this isn't Patty's environment, unfortunately.
Yeah. If we were out in the ocean or
rolling?
like sea
I mean,
waves.
I have mountaineering. Is
That'll
there any
help.
way I can
Yes.
help with that? Just
What am I rolling?
Just roll an intelligence check. Tristan, you're just helping. You don't have to roll anything.
I've got a 10, so that's a 1 over.
Okay, then, yeah, that's fine. It's actually a good success for you. All right, so this high up in the Pomarge, barring orcs, which are everywhere, the next biggest problem is there are bands of gnolls that raid this area. Other than that, there are no large predators up through here. There's several meat animals that you might be able to find. Goat is they're all over the place up here.
So I would say that we make haste as much as we can. If it looks like areas that show signs of gnolls or known gnoll activity, be more cautious at that point. But where possible, just make haste.
Okay.
Alright.
All right, sounds good. You guys make off. So late in the afternoon. Again, you guys are making your way down elevation. You're trying to choose the safest way possible. You don't have to ditch the carts yet. So you said you're keeping them as long as you can.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
2d6
for people
didn't
to
roll
rest
correctly.
and stuff like that.
Okay. As you're coming down a particularly large rise, you hit what you first think is a game trail. It's a trail that's just been kind of broken down some of the terrain from long use. But Fiber, you catch a couple of prints in it. You're probably not far behind a tribe of gnolls that have just recently passed through here.
No, we're gonna have to be cautious. Look, I'm gonna point them out. You see these signs here? Those are gnolls. Looks like a big pack moving.
Just
And
take
show
my
any other
wallet.
kind of signs so everybody else can keep eyes out on what to look for. You might want to send your bird up, see if they can see them from here.
Good idea.
I would do that. I was gonna type this out, but I have to take my dog outside, and there are coyotes in the area, so I need to go out with a
Yeah.
flashlight. So
No problem.
somebody else can take control of my bird for now. I will tell it to behave and listen to what everybody says. But I'll be back in probably 5 minutes. I'll be back.
Right. So you're setting the bird up for reconnaissance then. All right. So not far away from you at all, there is a roving band of looks like a dozen gnolls. They have stopped for a moment. It looks like they've just made a recent kill, and they're skinning it. One looks like they're going to start a fire to start roasting it. You are not far away from them at all. They just have not noticed you yet. Haven't heard your wagons.
Are we upwind or downwind?
You are downwind from them, so they're not smelling anything yet.
Does there appear to be, for through reconnaissance, a way around in the opposite direction from them without going backwards?
It would be difficult. You, much like them, are choosing the path of least resistance through here. Especially if you're wanting to keep the wagons, it would be very difficult, and you'd probably make a lot of noise.
Do I know anything about the tribes around here? Do they just for loot? Like if we have any of the extra crap loot in here, they're like, hey, we'll trade you this to move through.
It's possible.
They
Gnolls
just-
typically are not. They're not civilized enough to trade, but it's possible. I mean, the stuff that you have for trade goods is again. I mean, it's not a great bounty. There's stuff in
I
there.
don't figure they're smart either. So.
Yeah.
Do orcs and gnolls typically have any dealings, or is it just typically warring?
Up in this area, it's mostly warring. The gnolls typically try and raid the orcs because they've got better stuff. Got better stuff. We want it.
If we go on foot, is there anything we can set up to maybe roll carts down a hill to draw noise?
Yes.
In a different direction. From
Absolutely.
Where we go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So we'll get all of our stuff off, unhook the lizards, and then just send the carts racing down a hill or something for distraction, and then we'll head out on foot around.
Okay.
behind.
Yeah, if you're all into that, why don't you roll me percentage dice Thiber, high or low? Just all up to luck on this one.
Low.
Go low.
Nice.
All right, they're distracted. Most of the pack takes off after the wagon as it's kind of bumping down a decline in the trail, heading, veering off to the left. Roughly half of them stay behind, though, with their kill, and they look to be more wary. Unless you want to now, by foot, making this a little bit easier, take a long way around them, a more difficult path. Otherwise, you can try and sneak by them, or you can just try and take out the 6 that stayed.
Look to the others. We fight or sneak around.
Maybe sneak around. I mean, we can just all get on the lizards at this point.
Yeah,
We could
so
all
it'll take
fit.
a little bit longer if we take this trail, but slower, but probably safer at least.
Yeah, and the
With this
lizards
site.
can like go on walls and stuff, so we can just circumvent stuff.
Just try to circumvent the area.
Yeah.
Okay. Is everyone into that? Want to try and sneak around?
It's good. Sounds like Odette agrees as well.
Mhm.
Okay. You have the feeling that the six left behind do hear some commotion that you're making as you loop around, but they don't look like they are going to come after you, at least in just the six of them. They may wait for reinforcements, or they may just leave you alone entirely. But you do skirt around without them seeing you, at least. You're pretty certain they heard some noise, but they're not immediately coming after you. So on the backs of the lizards, you continue on, again, going lower and lower and lower elevation, trying to hook up with where that stream is. Did you cut both carts loose or just one?
If it was possible to keep one, I would assume we would only done one.
Okay,
Because I was
yeah,
hoping
that's
to
what
use
I was
one of them
going
as a
on.
makeshift raft.
Just wanted to make sure. So you've got one cart. You're probably porting the cart so it's not making noise. Patty on one end, Fiber on the other, and just kind of lifting it up over the terrain until you're
Yeah.
kind of away from the hunting party. So it's now later evening. It's going to be dark soon. What do you guys want to do? You figure you've got at least a full day of march ahead of you, unless you get lucky and find a good, easy trail before you hit the river. Are you going to go through the night, or are you going to try and hide out somewhere? There are caves, again, all over the place.
If we can find a cave to hide in, that'd be cool. If not, then we could always like tilt the wagon over on its side, try to use trees and brush to camouflage it, and use it as sort of a makeshift lean-to or something.
There are small caves and crevices all over the place, so it's not hard to find one. Smaller one you're looking for, the less likely it's going to be occupied by anything.
Yeah, and we'll try to camouflage. If we can't get the wagon inside, just try to camouflage it.
Okay. We'll say you find one just big enough for you guys to huddle in, pull the wagon in, maybe put some brush out front so that it's not easily seen inside. You going to put a fire up tonight, or are you going to do cold and keep watches? What do you want to do? Nightfall's maybe an hour away by the time you find this cave to duck into.
I say unless it's a requirement for our survival, for the heat or something, we just no fire tonight.
There's enough supplies off of the stuff that you stole, just dried meats.
Can't we do a fire? I mean, the danger of fire is that they spot the smoke, but it's nighttime.
Know if they could possibly see any flame from the right angle through the entrance, even though
Right, but I mean, you can cover
or
the
smell
entrance
the
of the
smoke.
place.
You might not see the smoke, but you can smell it. Plus, we had
alright,
those
okay,
knolls
fine.
not far away.
Yep. Okay. So
Yeah.
no fire. How many watches you're setting, if anything? 3 watches, and everybody can get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, say I'm
Yeah,
definitely gonna
Sure.
take a watch.
I'll take a watch.
Okay. So give me 3 watches: first, middle, and last. Who's on first?
I'll do first.
Okay. Middle,
I'll do middle.
last.
Apparently me.
Can also do it.
Yeah.
Ah, you're back.
Yeah, there are no coyotes, but there's a kitty.
Also a terror.
Wow.
Okay. So Patty, you're on first. Fiber, middle of your watch.
What am I rolling?
You don't need to roll anything, but something is happening. You hear gentle crunch of like just brambles and rocks sliding beneath. Sounds like leather soles of boots above you. So like on the hill that you guys are, you found a small cave in above you. You hear. They're definitely trying to be quiet. You can't make out how many of them there are, but they're directly above you.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of just quietly reach over and like shake everybody awake. and then or if I can see where they're at, yeah, because I've got dark vision. As I'm doing that, make sure my hands over their mouth to keep them quiet.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You don't know if they've discovered you or if they're just walking on the hills above you or not. But
We
yeah,
want everybody alert in case there's an attack.
okay. Okay. It goes quiet. A little concerning, Thyber, as they were making just kind of natural sounds, even though they were trying to be quiet. The sounds of like footfalls over loose, bramble, loose rocks, that sort of thing. But now it's just utterly quiet. And it seems to happen almost exactly as they stopped right above you.
You're gonna just ride it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna have my two-handed, because if it's a small entrance, I want to kind of have it holding my two-handed sword forward like a spear in case something rushes in.
Sure. No one's surprised since Thyber alerted everybody. Odette, why don't you roll me a d6?
Oh man. Oh man.
No, that's not great. Okay. You kept no fire. Thyber's the only one that can see in the dark.
My lizards, they protect me.
You're probably sleeping on or near them. So yeah. So 2, 4. That's perfect. Okay. I would like Patty, Tristan, and Odette. Just make me strength checks.
Yep.
Why would you do this to me, bitch?
Oh no. No, 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 no.
Oh my god, I made it.
I am a tiny, weak druid baby princess.
Pretty certain I'm weaker than you.
Okay. So Thyber, you're telling everybody to be quiet and just not make a sound. Patty and Odette, something reaches out in the darkness of the cave that you're in, wraps around your face, your mouth, your body, restraining you, and pulls you with a great deal of force and speed. Again, you're in darkness. You have no idea where you're being pulled, but you're being pulled away very quickly. In particular, it's covering your face and mouth, so you're not able to cry out. Tristan,
Yeah.
you equaled the strength check. So it does wrap you, it does cover your mouth, but you can act. So that's their action. What do you want to do, Tristan? As you're
I'm
being
gonna
pulled.
shout out to Thyber if he doesn't know.
Okay.
And then I guess I stab at it. If I pull out my
Stab at the darkness.
So and stab randomly into the dark at this thing, yeah.
Okay. Just do damage. It's
Well,
wrapping
Ozzy
you
said
up, but
it's
not so
about-
completely that you can't move. So just roll damage for your dagger
I was pulling out a short sword.
or short sword. Okay,
Nah.
that works.
I mean, I don't know that it makes any difference. Oh, it does actually. No. All right, but there we go. 4 or 7 if it's
Okay.
medium, small, medium, or large.
Okay. Your blade cuts into something that has it has some resistance to it. It feels like you're cutting through cloth, but whatever it is doesn't make a sound. It doesn't bleed. It does tremble a
so
little.
Is it those cloth things?
It
with
doesn't.
the
No,
little-
you had those wrapped around you. It doesn't feel like that at all.
So,
So,
I have a question.
1 second. What do
Yeah,
you
okay.
yell,
Oh god.
Tristan?
Well, Thyber, back here.
Okay, so you Thyber, you hear Thyber as as quickly Tristan's being drawn away. What do you need, Odette?
So as I'm being dragged away, the snake that is wrapped around my neck is
Is
also
with you.
being dragged
Yes,
away
it is with
and
you.
is with me. And it likely is jostled awake by me being ripped apart. And it would probably be like, you're hurting my friend, so maybe it would attack? I don't know.
I would think if it was wrapped around your neck, it's actually contained as well. And you're not
Okay,
suffering
okay.
damage. It just, whatever this is has covered you so you
Okay.
can't make a sound, and it's pulling you away.
I thought it was just over my face. I didn't think it
Yeah,
was like
face and
full
body. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Okay.
Thyber, you hear Tristan
Yeah,
call
I
out
turn towards the sound. I
Thyber.
turn towards the sound. Do I see which direction they're being yanked or what's got them?
Here's the odd thing: there's no heat trace in here at all, other than Odette's lizards.
Now, can I see Tristan's heat signature?
Um,
Or Odette?
I'm gonna
See
say
where they're
no.
being
I'm gonna
drawn?
say no, since it did get wrapped around Tristan a little bit. So it's just like your friends are gone.
Does it seem like it came from the entrance or from behind us? Or something?
In the cave
From
itself.
where I knew they were at.
Yeah, no, from in the cave itself, which you purposely chose to be a fairly small cave.
Shit. I'm getting prepared for something to attack this as a distraction, or they've sent in rogues or something. So I'm getting ready for the main attack coming in the door.
Okay. Tristan, Patty, and Odette, you have an interesting feeling as you are drawn into the stone of the cave. Your body passes through the dense material. You're not hurt by this. It feels like you're being pulled through water almost. Tristan, it still got a hold of you and it still got you wrapped up, but you still have like arms free and can act. But you're, again, it's pitch black. You can't see anything. You just got this feeling of acceleration as you're just being yanked through what you assumed was solid stone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna attack it while I'm in whatever the stone is, because if it drops me, then problems. So I just wait, I guess.
Okay. In which case, Thyber, roll initiative. This is single initiative, so add any dex bonus that you might have. Well, actually, never mind. Wrong edition. Just roll initiative. Simultaneous as 4 assassins drop into the front of the cave and engage you. You can go ahead and do your action
Can I
first.
tell what they are?
They're wrapped up tight, so you really can't tell.
Are they look like human, demi-human?
They're humanoid. They could be half orc. They could be human. They're too slight a build to be full orc.
Okay. Swing out and
Suits are still there. They can help.
Oh wow. Okay. You basically just
Wow.
cleave one of them just right through. Drops probably in 2 pieces. He does get his
and
attack though.
Yeah, as I do that, I'll snarl. The rest of you get worse.
All right. So what is your AC?
3.
Okay. They all miss. One of them goes down as you cleave him in twain. The rest of you guys, you now have the feeling of that you're being pulled upwards. And then suddenly you see the moon above you. And there is a man here in dark robes. He's sitting in a very intricate looking pattern on the ground that glows. You get the feeling that you're right above the cave that you're in, but on top of it now. Shadows, which he commands, have you tightly wrapped, except for Tristan, although you can fake it if you want, and have you trussed up and basically laying on the ground in front of the sorcerer.
Yes, I am faking it for the moment.
Okay. In which case, if you're faking it, it's this person's human. He doesn't have dark vision. There's a little bit of light from the glow of the sigils beneath him. You're not struggling, so he assumes that you're tied up as well. And all 3 of you are just kind of trussed up, wrapped in these shadows that are just kind of keeping you here. Now, if you want to fight, you can make another strength check. I assume Patty would probably want to try that. Maybe Odette. Tristan is playing bound.
Superhuman strength. 13 out of 18.
Okay. How about Odette? Nope.
I wouldn't try. I'd be like, I am in over my head.
Okay, Patty, you break free of the shadow that's binding you. Okay. That's your action. Its action will be to magic missile your ass.
Okay.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of damage. Are you still standing?
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
have plenty of HP.
Yeah, so Eldrick energies just kind of shoot from his hand into 4 bolts that strike you from all angles.
I'm gonna play whack-a-mole.
All right, so that sounds like it's a new initiative round. This is for the whole party. Go ahead, Patty. Roll for
Yeah.
your
I'm
side.
playing dead.
5.
They go
Damn it.
first.
Okay.
All
Hit
right, so
me with your
down
best
below,
shot.
Fiber, the 3 that are still on you are now able to enter the cave. I'm going to say that you're able to, since it's a small cave, you're able to keep your back against the wall so they can't get behind you, but they are still going to get a flanking bonus on you, okay? But they won't be able to get a surprise attack on it. Looks like one of them is going to be able to hit you. Make me a save versus poison and take 8 points of damage as he runs a sword into you.
Yes.
Pass. All right, so just 8 points of damage. The sword thrust hurts a lot more than it should. You feel the bite of poison on his blade.
Felt this before. Sons
Yep.
of bitches.
You want to go ahead and take your turn?
Or 1 on 2 different targets. It's my 2 attack round.
Yep, go for it.
First.
All right, that'll miss.
Probably not, but that hits an AC 6.
Yeah, that'll miss.
And second one.
What does that hit?
Hit
5, 4? 4. Ah, that hits. It doesn't slay him outright, but you do damage to one of them. Meanwhile, up top, your foes go first. The mage is going to cast... Oh! Big hairy barbarian.
That sounds like an interesting spell name.
Now we've already cast that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Make me a save versus spell, Patty.
Boop.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a reroll. I'm doing a reroll. I don't like that roll one bit. Nope. Let's give me a better one. Well, I'm gonna take that instead.
All right. Is that a failure still?
Yeah, by 1.
All right. Command. He commands you to sit.
I sit.
And you sit. Yes, you sit.
Can I do anything else?
His command was to sit, so whatever you can do from a seated position, you go right ahead.
How far away is he?
10 feet.
Can I move in any way, shape, or form after sitting? Or
Well, you can't unsit
seated?
yourself, so you got to keep butt on the ground.
Okay.
So essentially, if you can hurl something,
The
yeah,
butt cheek run.
I got a maul that I can hurl.
you go for it.
Booch.
All right.
Yeah, make it as a missile attack, but you can add your strength as damage.
Come on,
Okay.
we
Your
always
strength
do good
bonus.
throwing 2-handed weapons.
So as a missile attack, I get a +3 instead of a +1.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
So I'm
It
gonna
is
do
an
a 2
improvised
to the
weapon,
hit.
though. You're not trained in throwing maul.
Okay, so what's the negative to
I
that?
think it's only a 2 if you don't
Okay,
know
so
the
it
weapon.
evens out.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so that evens out, and then damage, it's just rolling off strength anyways, so 15,
Oh wow. Yeah, you
and I
hit.
do max damage at 10.
All right, so okay, so you don't kill this mage outright, but you do knock him out of the sigils on the ground, which immediately releases the shadows.
Can I unset, or is that like not concentration?
No, he's still conscious, so you still have to sit.
Okay.
Tristan, you could have acted before the shadows release you if you want to do something.
Well, I was just going to roll around to the back of him, making it look as though I was still
You can do that.
trapped. But
Yeah.
I don't really need to do that anymore. I mean, and then I was going to stab him in the back because,
You can do that. I mean, you could have rolled, and so when he's knocked out of the circle, you're behind him, and you can stab him on your action. Sure.
Sounds like.
Yeah.
I-
Still need to make the hit roll, but you definitely get the surprise, the backstab motion.
All right. Well, I think that's just +2 if I remember correctly.
No, +4 to
Oh.
hit times
Wow.
3 damage, I think,
Yeah,
at this
times
point.
3. So,
All right.
yeah, so 16.
So how do you end this mage's life?
I am just waiting there at the back. Give a nod to Paddy as he just impales himself on the blade, which I have
There you
just
go.
extended out there. Say, the old one too.
He ran into my knife. He
Right.
ran into my knife 10 times.
So the shadows are free of control, but they're still in the area uncontrolled.
Oh no.
No, that is
And they
nuts.
do not flee. Looks like you're going to have to take care of them. Odette, you're free of the shadows. You guys can hear Thyber fighting below.
Cyber, no! Try to get in. I would probably like wake up the snake and be like, "Wake up! We've got to do this, Kurt. Come on."
Okay. Thyber.
Probably hear them yelling more than me.
Thyber, roll a d6 for your side. Odette, are you casting? The shadows don't look like they're going anywhere. They're not controlled. So they may still be a problem.
I cast animal friendship on the shadows. No, I'm just kidding. I
Yeah,
have
you
a
would know
shadow
that would not
friend
work.
now. I'm a shadow friend now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not casting.
Okay.
I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm just trying to get. Yeah, never mind.
Right.
Not my
They
turn.
go first. Thyber, you still have 3 on you. One of them's wounded. They are going to get a flanking bonus on you, but they won't get the backstab. 2 of them are going to hit. Really minimal damage. 8 points of damage more. The shadows. Apparently, Patty and Odette are the targets. Patty, what's your AC?
2.
Miss. What is your AC, Odette? I think these 2 miss as well.
AC is 9. 9.
9.
9.
6, 7, 8. Yeah, one of them actually does hit if you're at a 9. Okay, so one of them
Wait,
reaches
have I
out.
healed it all? Have I healed it all since the last major combat that we were in?
No.
Yeah, you have not.
Okay, cool.
Okay, take just 1 point of damage and make
Woo!
me a save versus spell.
Save versus emo.
Yes, yeah. You just want to lay down and slit your wrists. That's what's going to happen here.
Oh no, it's a failure.
Oh, that was no joke. You feel like this iciness from the spot that this shadow just barely grazes you. Just immediately sapping your will. Like you have the most terrible experience in your life is just playing out inside your mind. You just want to sit
thinking
down
about
and wallow
all
in it.
the animals. I'm thinking about all the animals that have died that I have animal friendshipped.
Oh, this could take a long time.
It's taken a long time.
Each individual flea that you ever had.
I hear the shot ringing out as the parrot gets shot, and then like we have to revive the parrot, like bring the parrot back, like over and over and over again. Okay, cool.
So what's going to happen is you can continue to make that save each round, but
Okay.
each round afterwards, the shadow's basically going to be sucking all the goodness in life out of you. That
Okay.
doesn't happen until next round.
This is my dark origin story. It's happening, everybody. It's happening.
Arise as the Gloom Princess. All right. So that was them. Since Thyber is out for a moment, what are you doing, Patty? 2 of them were on you, flying around, trying to reach out and make
missed,
contact.
so-
You no longer have to sit.
Yep. I see them attack Odette, and I'm going to move 10 feet to grab my maul, taking any AOs.
I'm gonna say no because you can probably basically just reach out and grab it. I mean, a maul is a pretty long weapon, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, you don't really have to move very
How
far.
far away is Odette?
Um,
How far away is Odette?
10 feet.
Oh, perfect. I can leap 10 feet forward from standing still. So I do that. And with the leap, can that count as a charge for moving 10 feet airborne? Because I just want to wallop this shadow.
Sure.
Because I don't want to
Yeah.
meta.
Sure.
But a
Sure.
barbarian can
Yeah.
hit things as if they have a +1 weapon.
Yep. Go for it.
So it looks shadowy and hard to hit. And I'm going to hurt it.
So what do you hit?
Maybe not. I rolled a 5.
That'll miss. But you do leap. It's just the hit that misses. Okay, go ahead. You can
I'm
have
gonna
use your
I
reroll.
want to save her. I'm gonna chew these rerolls up like Pez.
No, no.
That's a 7.
The leap happens.
I'm
You're
just gonna
right
eat
next
it.
to Odette, but the strike misses. Tristan.
Alright.
Right, well, I want to see if one of them is still injured from where I stab it and then target that one.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know which one it is, but I will go and desperately attempt to wave my sword in its general direction.
There's one that looks like it's tattered or frayed at the edges. It's probably the one that you wounded. I mean, who knows about shadow physiology?
Not me. I barely know about my own physiology. Ugh,
Yeah.
I'm guessing a 5 doesn't
Yeah, it's
hit.
not going to hit. It is not going to hit.
Then, yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I wave at the wrong patch of darkness. I
Fiber.
think it's the shadow, but it's not.
You still have 3 in front of you. 1 is wounded. Your turn.
Going after the wounded one. I
Of
wanna
course.
attack around.
Once you draw blood, it's just the thing to do. Oh, look at that. All right, so you slay this one.
Critical.
What does that look like?
That's just a straight, like, I catch him in, like, the collarbone and just a diagonal bisect.
All right.
The entire...
Sounds good. Dion, roll a d6 for your side. Odette, you can't cast until you shake out of your funk.
5.
3, you guys go first. So, Odette, why don't you try to make that save again? Save versus spell. Did you make it that time?
I rolled an 11. I rolled an 11.
All right, what
It's
is
a
the
14,
number?
So it's 14 is what I...
No, okay.
14's my
Yep.
number, so
Still
yeah,
fails.
I'm not there
Still
yet.
fails. Okay. All right, Dion. If Patty wants to take a strike at the thing before it feeds,
Whack.
that
I hit a
hits.
16. I
Yep.
roll a 16.
Yep,
Yeah.
that hits. Does some
8
damage, but
damage.
does not take it out. Tristan.
Is it the same
No,
already injured
it's
one
not.
or not?
It's one. It's
All
one
right.
of the 2 that Patty had attacked prior that he left 10 feet away.
Well, I will
I'm just
guess I will go. I
imagining
will.
Jen's wrapped up
dis-
in this. I'm just beating it.
I will go and help focus on the one which is beating our friend here.
Okay. Yeah, you
Feeding
can
off.
step up and stab.
Exactly. No special flourishes or anything.
If
Nope,
you added
I have
in, if you added in your bonuses, since there's already one person attacking and is distracted by feeding Odette, and I gave you,
If it was a +4, then that's an 11. That would hit a
9,
8.
8. Okay, so it would still miss then. All right,
Yeah.
Thiber, 2 up.
And my 2 attack round. 1 on each. First one.
Oh wow. Okay, so you carve through one. He drops.
The second one.
That'll
Oh,
miss.
missed him.
All right. Their turn. Odette, lower your wisdom by 2.
Permanently?
Well, until some things happen, but for now, yeah.
Okay.
Lower it by 2. As it's feeding off all that angst in you. 2 other shadows, Patty. One's going for you, one's going for you, Tristan, to basically allow their companion to finish feeding off Odette. The one on you, Patty. Oh, wow. That definitely hits.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take 2 points of damage, but make me a save versus spell.
I would just like to state before I make this save versus spell, because I think it'll magically help me. My health is now at 69.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
It did not
And I
help
rolled
you.
a 1.
It did not help you.
No! Give me the reroll. It's candy. Num 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 num.
Yeah, sure, burn through all those rerolls.
I just want to not die. I pass.
Okay. Okay. So you're not frozen to the spot. You just have this moment when you feel like you're weak, and then you remember Patty's not weak.
No.
Tristan misses you completely. Fiber. The last one, being smart, is going to make a fighting withdrawal. So it's trying to step out of the cave, but it's keeping you engaged so that you don't get a free smack up on him.
Okay.
All right, next round, Tristan, roll for your side.
Five.
Yes.
You guys go first. So Odette, why don't you try to make that save?
Does. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I
the
should
lowered
put that
wisdom
one
won't
down.
affect your save.
Nope.
Still don't make it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, still rooted to the spot, thinking about all. You're now on ants. I think you're still in the A's
Oh my god.
of creatures that you cause death.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right, Patty or Tristan, either one of you want to go? You've each got one on you. Patty, you can
Yeah.
act. You didn't succumb to the moral fatigue.
I'm gonna keep trying to help Odette. I'm just ignoring the one that's on me. I'm gonna try and beat the one on Odette again.
Okay, go ahead. Since Tristan's in there, it won't get a free attack.
Alright. An 11.
That's gonna miss.
Okay, what about with a flanking bonuses?
No, it's still gonna miss. Yeah, it's just too low of a roll. Unless you wanted to re-roll it.
What do you guys think?
What are you
Is this
down to?
just gonna keep zapping us.
What are you down to?
We have 6 rerolls.
Yeah, these are shadows. If you die as a shadow, you raise as one. So
Yeah, I'm using a reroll.
Okay.
I'm not even using that meta knowledge. I just don't want this set looks bad right now to me. So give me that reroll. Nom nom nom. God damn it.
Even worse.
Also a miss. Okay, Tristan.
I'm eating it.
All right. Well, I am going to continue to attack the one that is
Sure.
attacking Odette.
Odette. Okay.
Wow. So I don't know if I'm going to take an attack as well.
I'm gonna say no because it's just like you're all just
You're all in a scrum.
yeah, you're all just in a big scrum there. But this one is distracted as all it wants to do is to prey on Odette, so you can still take your special attack on it.
Oh, well, I didn't
It's
add
not
it in,
defending
but-
itself.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
2 is not going to roll. It's not going to do it.
Okay. Thiber.
You know what?
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I am going to eat one of those rerolls as well.
Go
You're not the
for
only
it. Go
one who
for
wants
it.
to
Yeah,
that.
eat those rerolls.
Yeah, why not?
4 we have left.
All right.
Now, go ahead.
Well,
God.
I doubled my roll. Yeah.
F5ing this.
All right,
page.
Thiber.
Ugh.
The last one again did a fighting withdrawal, so he's taking a step outside of the cave.
yeah, I'm gonna try to cut him down.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, that hits.
Or 11.
Yeah, yeah, this was the injured one. So, yeah, you cut him down. You're free, as far as you can tell. You hear fighting above you.
Yeah. And I rush out to.
It'll take you a few
going on.
rounds to get there.
Okay.
All right. So you guys went first, so it's their turn. Odette. Take 2 more points of wisdom loss.
I'm okay. I'm like 12. Fine.
You're on the bees now. Bats, I think. And no, no, you're to bears now. You're on bears. You're on
Here's the
bears.
thing that's interesting. As my wisdom goes down, thus also goes down my recall ability for the things that I have killed in the past.
Surely
stop
there's
taking
nothing
damage.
below E. I mean, you
I will
never
stop
friended any
Because
elephants, right?
The alphabet is only like 7 letters long.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
do I need to roll yet?
No.
Okay.
This is their turn. So next turn you'll
Okay.
get to roll again. All right, Patty, the one on you is gonna miss. Tristan hits AC 6. What's your AC?
I have AC 5.
Misses. Okay. Fiber, you run. It's gonna take you another round to get there, as you're
Chosen
clambering up the mountains. So Odette, it matters more to you. Go ahead and roll a d6 for your side. Simultaneous. So you can go ahead and try and make the spell, save versus spell. Oh, you make it that time. But it still gets around to
I
nibble.
did it.
Yeah. So this will be the last damage you take. Ooh, lose 4 points of wisdom. Patty and Tristan, these are the attacks on you. Patty and Tristan both miss. You guys can... You're going to attack the one that's still siphoning off Odette?
Whack.
Okay, both of you guys go ahead and make your attacks.
17.
That hits, does some damage, not enough to kill it. Tristan?
Alright. Hiya.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes, but two massive points.
But what's your multiplier for backstabbing?
Oh, so six massive
Okay,
points.
yeah. You tear like a rent in the shadow, and it just kind of dissolves in sparks and flames. So there's still 2 up here, but the one that was feeding off Odette is
See,
gone.
it was our combined attack that caused you to succeed.
And Odette
It wasn't
stands
your
up,
willpower.
now firm in her resolve that those animals are going to die anyway.
Feel really dumb though. I don't remember very much.
Fiber, roll for your side. You will enter the fray this round. Simultaneous again. So you scramble up the cliff. There are 2 of these shadows that are kind of hard to see. There's a moon up that gives just enough to see that there's something physical there. So these 2 are just going to attack Patty and Tristan. There's Patty. That's going to hit, actually. And Tristan, that's going to hit. Patty, you've already made the save versus spell, so you're fine, but you do take 3 points of regular damage. Tristan, make me a save versus spell.
Spell.
And take 1 point of damage.
Oh, well, nope.
All right.
Succeed at that.
Yep. So you wallow in all of the the ways
the money
you
I could
failed.
not
Yeah, there you
redistribute
go.
to
That you
the
could not
causes.
redistribute.
No.
Yeah, all that money just sitting there with one person as guardian. All right, so you guys can go. Odette, you can act. What do you want to do? You see Tristan getting that look, that little malaise coming across him as he sits down and just letting the thing feed on him.
So it's a shadow, right?
It is a shadow, yeah.
Well, I didn't say I was casting this round, so I can't cast.
You can.
Um,
I'm all right with it if you want to cast.
Can I? Okay.
You're first in the round anyway, so that's what I
man.
called. So.
Yeah, I think like what I would likely do is where is it? I need to know the specifics of this spell before I try to cast it on him.
Sure.
Mm,
What are you thinking about?
feign death.
Oh.
It's not subject to the level draining. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, that I don't know if that would help. Anyway, I'm probably just going to attack it. I'm just
Okay.
going to stab at it with a spear.
Sure.
Make things simple.
Go for it.
My asp would also like to attack too, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
I
hits.
do-
You hit it with a spear.
yep.
Okay. All right. seems like you shredded a little bit. And for the asp, just roll a d20.
My baby. Kurt.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Kurt. Kurt.
Kurt
Poisonous.
does some damage to it, but it doesn't get poisoned. It's just a shadow.
Its spirit, it does.
All right, so Tristan is bemoaning existence. Patty, one attacked you, and one's
yeah.
draining Tristan.
I have no regard for my own safety and proceed to try and beat Tristan like a pinata to get the shadow off him, but I miss.
All right, sounds good. And Thyber, you leap into the fray. So that's what you see is there's one that just missed Patty. One is feeding on Tristan.
Yeah, I'm going for the one on Tristan.
Okay.
And starting, this is a fresh combat, so back to one attack. I would assume.
Yeah. Ooh, that's going to
Probably
miss.
Not. Yeah, say 10 hits a 5.
Yeah, that's going to miss. Wait. You said it hits a 5?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, it does
But
some
it's
damage.
not a magical weapon.
It's not a magical weapon. Okay.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, so it seems like it does rend.
Specialization adds to that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think it does.
So it does rend the shadow a little bit, but it doesn't feel like you got a solid connection with anything. So let's go to Patty. Roll a d6 for your side.
Just come on, big money, 4.
Okay, they go first. So one's going to drain Tristan of 2 points of wisdom.
No.
Okay.
And Patty, the other one's still attacking you and misses. That's their attacks. Thyber? Oh, actually, let's start with Tristan. Make your save, Tristan.
Dun, 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 dun. Nope, same number as last time.
All right. Yeah, you're really guilty about something. Thyber.
Okay, I'm gonna swipe again my 2 attack round. Hopefully this does something. First attack, 8. If it does anything at all.
It does something, but again, it feels like there's just a little bit of resistance. Like you swing, it feels mostly like air. Like you did hit something in there, but it's not much.
Okay. And then the second attack gets for 13. And if I don't really seem I'm really hurting this at all. with those
You
two
are hurting
attacks,
it, just not nearly as much as you feel like you are. But that's a lot of damage on that one. That's a 13.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, you dissolve the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's on Tristan just kind of dissolves. It kind of just like it's like it catches fire, bursts into a bunch of sparks, and it's gone. Tristan, you can get to your feet now. Patty, what do you want to do? There's still one, the one that's attacking you.
Yep. I start beating myself with the maul and fail.
And fail.
I'm just flailing around.
Odette.
I mean, is there anything for me to attack?
Yeah, there's still one of the
I'm
shadows.
gonna stab it.
Yeah, stab at it.
I'm gonna stab it. I don't know how close I am to it.
Close enough because Patty is following you like a shadow.
I hit it!
You did. Very minimal damage.
And then my asp also attacks.
Okay.
Asp attack! Oh no, asp
No,
attack.
both missed. Tristan, you can act this round since you made your save.
Didn't make my save. It just died.
Fair.
Alright. I will kind of wave my sword blindly in the direction of the other one.
Sure.
Hopefully hitting something. Which is not the others.
What does that hit?
An 11 hits, an 8.
No,
so
okay, yeah, it's gonna miss. Okay, still one there. And wait, did it go?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Did
so
it
new round. Thyber, roll a d6. Odette, are you casting? No. Okay. Okay, it goes first, and it is going to basically just get out of this dimension. So, like, yeah, all of you guys that were fighting it can go ahead and take a whack as it leaves. So,
Yeah! Whack. Whack.
Another 2. Oh my god.
Whack.
hit.
I hit it with, I don't hit anything!
Okay. So
Oh.
both Fiber and so Patty, you hit it. Your weapon counts as a magic weapon.
I rolled a 2.
Oh no, you didn't hit it. Never mind. Fiber did.
Yeah, I hit it for 11.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
miss.
So yeah, it
Okay.
just fades away. You just get the idea that it's gone. That happened during second shift, so it is deep into the middle of the night. Things are quiet. It seems like this one roving band of assassins was able to track you down somehow. You feel like you left a pretty good false trail behind, and you thought a pretty good impression of not leaving impressions as you were wiping up your back trail. So you're not exactly sure how they found you.
I look at Paddy and our dead guy.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose they've both got like an earring or something, have they? Or
Uh,
some thing that they have.
Patty
Those
doesn't. You
I
want
have an earring.
to you want to check the dead mage?
Yeah.
I say I want to check all the dead bodies.
Well, I was talking about our talking dead person.
Oh,
See
no.
if they both had some sort of, mark or sigil that they both had on them that they were tracking.
No, Thiber stripped him. He didn't have anything. He doesn't currently have anything on him. And as far as a mark or something, no.
Right,
What's
well,
the mage have?
The mage has spell component pouches, a dagger, silvered dagger, a few other things on him here, as well as a coin pouch. But the thing of interest he has is a lodestone.
I show
And,
all the
if
things
you
to
pick it up,
Odette.
It's pointing towards Tristan.
I turn and I look at Tristan and I show that the stone's pointing at him. Dun dun dun!
I pat myself down.
It was you all along.
Betrayer, I
It was.
attack.
You pat yourself down, not in public. I send you into the cave.
Go do that in the privacy of your own cave.
I also
Pat myself
pocket-
down in front of the lizards.
Oh no! They're babies. I covered their eyes.
There are things you can't unsee in this world.
Don't look, my babies.
All right. Well, we'll end it there for the night. Middle of the night, one assassination team down. Something about Tristan is traceable, apparently. So we'll end it there. And let's just go ahead and do sign outs. Jen, you got anything that you want to plug?
This Thursday, I am going to be playing in a Star Wars 5e campaign over on Featherfall Tabletop, and then on Saturday, I am going to be with, Dion and with Friendin over on Folsham Arts channel, playing some Spaceship Zero. That's me.
Sounds good. Richard.
Hi, I'm Richard. I play video games here on Twitch under LMTDTMFFR. Or, say it with me now, limited time offer.
No,
No
foul.
val.
Him!
Exactly.
Exactly. Dion.
Hi, I'm Substances Used on Twitch. When I'm not playing D&D with all my cool friends on Monday, every other Monday with Featherfall TT, Tuesdays and Fridays on Steve Seal Murder with the beautiful DM Burt, and Saturdays with Spaceship Zero on Folsham_Arts channels. You can find me playing retro JRPG titles or Dead by Daylight or other stuff. I plan to start Xenogears soon, a classic PS1 title. I've never played it, and that's slightly a lie because I played it for 5 minutes once and then decided to do something else. But I've never played it, so it'll be an experience when I decide to have time to do that.
Yeah, Mecca's not your jam, is it?
No, I hate mechas so much.
Oak.
Hey, this is Oak. You can catch me here on Tuesdays, of course. And Friday nights playing a homebrew 5e, and Saturday nights I run my own homebrew Grimdark 5e, and it's midnight Central. Kitchen YouTube.
Sounds good. If you found us here, this is twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. We stream Tuesdays and Fridays with some classic Dungeons and Dragons First Edition Tuesdays, BX on Fridays. This Wednesday on the Defenders of Cobalt channel, I am running a sci-fi 1950s game called This Defiant Earth. On Saturday on the official Goodman Games channel, I am running Umerica. And then this Sunday, I think GURPS GURPS might be going on. We'll see how that happens. Check out the podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. Yeah. Tonight was a little rough. Apologize, guys. It's been a long week, but I did not want to go without a stream. So I do appreciate everybody following, watching, and everyone playing. So good night, everybody, and have a good
Night,
week.
everybody.